18 Major Foe here. Operation Valkyrie turn 7.4 for Japan, July 1939. We've got two tech rolls. First tech roll will be for improved construction. Japan's at stage 2. They have no bonuses, so I need a 7 or higher. That is Deb. Nope. 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 Interesting. We got a 6, so we missed that. And I get a +1 for next turn. For whatever reason, the zoom button's not working. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong one. Yeah, that roll was a 6. Apologies for that. Next is large ship construction. We have no bonus. We need an 8 or above. Go to stage 3. That is an 8, so we succeed there. So Japan goes to stage 3. And large ship construction, 50% again on tech, so not 100% upset about that. Japan is $31. They'll lend lease a sub to Germany for 6. That brings them to 25. $4 for 2 militia to 21. $3 for a cav to 18. $4 for 2 militia upgrades for 14. $7 for an artillery and an infantry. And we'll do 2 pairs of that is $14. We have 2 combats. Combat number 1 is in Hunan. And going into Hunan is the fleet out of P14 will move to P32. They will bring a destroyer with a marine, a destroyer from P41 will move 1 to P32, 1 to P14, and 3 back to P32. And they will take another marine from Hope. We have a transport in P41. We'll pick up the marine in Anatonkan and the infantry in Formosa. And land those in Hope. Transport, put that there. We have 2 destroyers in P32. They'll move to P14. Pick up 2 marines and move back 2 marines from Hope from P14 and move back to P32 and land those into Hunan. And then we have a transport in P14. We'll pick up 2 marines and move to P32 and land those in in Hunan. Okay. Take another transport from the fleet in P14, grab the last marine and the cavalry, and they will move to P32 with the fleet and drop them in. The cavalry as a vehicle class unit will land on round 2. We have a transport in Tokyo. We'll bring the infantry and artillery. Artillery will also land in round 2, and they will not get a first strike because they're landing in round 2. But in round 2, I will be able to boost one of the infantry or marines. So that leaves 2 transports in P14. The medium bomber from Peking will move 1 to P14, 2 to P32, and 3 to Hunan. 1, 2, 3. Either way, go across land or across the water. And that'll land in Hunan. So that's there. We have more than 8 units navally invaded. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we have 8 shore bombardments. So that will also be into Hunan. Into Kwei Chao, there is 2 militia and 4 infantry, 2 mountain brigades, and a cavalry for the KMT. So the 97th will move into Kwei Chao, minus this militia. We'll stay in Yunnan, and 3 infantry from Kwangtung will join that fight. From the 41st, we have 3 fighters. Moving 1, 2. So they'll have 2 movements remaining. From Peking, they can move 1 to Hopei, 2 to Szechuan, 3 to Kweichow, and they'll have 1 movement remaining, and they'll land in Yunnan. So that will be a 4th fighter, and the 3 tactical bombers for that fight. So going into Kweichow, into the mountains, we have 7 infantry, 1 mountain brigade, 4 fighters, 3 tactical bombers versus 4 infantry, 2 militia, 1 cavalry, and 2 mountain brigades. So that'll be both of the combats. And that will be all of the combat movements we have this turn. I'll just move this naval flag on there. Okay, so the majority of the fleet is in P32. So going down to the battle board. For attack number 1 into Hunan, we have first strikes. So we have 2 battleships bombarding at 4 or less. 2 sixes, those miss. A battle cruiser at 3 or less. 11, just killing it. And 5 heavy cruisers at 2 or less. All misses, so no first strike shore bombardments. So that went amazing. There is no mountain penalty here between the symbol of the water, or correction, the symbols here. It's across what look like plains, so there'll be no bonus or negatives applied. So we have 8 Marines and 2 infantry in round 1 at 2 or less. And I see 1, 2, 3 hits. And then we have the medium bomber at a 7 or less. And that's a 7, so that's 4 hits in total. So they'll likely lose 3 militia and 1 infantry. So in return, 3 militia at 2, no hits. So they're dead. And 3 infantry at 4 or less. No hits. So in the first round, Japan suffered no hits, so no Marines were hit. In round 2, we have an artillery and a cavalry joining the fight at 3s. No first strike because it's round 2. 1 of the infantry is also boosted up, or a Marine, doesn't matter, to also be a 3. So we now have 9 at 2. We're looking for 2 hits. I see a 2, so that's 1 hit. We have 3 at 3. There's 2 1s, so that's 3 hits in total, and the medium bomber at a 7 or less, and we hit a 7 again, so that is all of those units destroyed. So the 2 infantry in return at 4 or less, a 12 and a 12. Wow, great tech rolls, but no losses on the Japanese side. Oh, unlucky in tech, lucky in attacks. So 3 infantry and 3 militia are taken off in Hunan. Japan is in there. We will move 2, 4, 6, 8 Marines, 2 infantry, a cavalry, and a artillery remain in Hunan. Okay, and then there's the medium bomber to move afterwards. Okay, Japan will go up $2. KMT will go down $2. Japan goes from 27 to 29. KMT goes from 6 to 4. For some reason, I have CCP at $4, and they should be at $2. Yeah, not sure. I'll have to recalculate the income. Apologies for that. Not sure how I missed that one. Attack number 2. We are in Queichao. They have 4 infantry in the mountains. No bonuses there, but 2 mountain brigades, so they'll roll at 5s. 2 militia roll at 2s, and 4 infantry rolls at 4, and their cavalry at 2. I have the 97th, which consists of 7 infantry going into the mountains at a 1, a mountain brigade going into the mountains at a 2, so no change, and then 4 fighters at 6 and 3 tacticals at 7. No first strikes on either side. So 7 infantry at 1, all misses. 1 mountain brigade at 2, 3, that's a miss. Correction, 4 fighters at 6. That is 1 hit, and 3 tacticals at 7 with target select at 3 or less. So 2 hits with 1 target select. So they have 2 militia at 2, both misses. They have 1 cavalry at 2, that's a miss. 4 infantry at 4, 1, 2, 3, that looks painful. And 2 mountain brigades at 5. 4 hits in total in round 1. So I'll lose 4 infantry, and then they lose 2. So 1 militia, and target select will be a mountain brigade. Oof, this could get painful. All right, so 3 infantry at 1. I got 1 hit. 1 mountain brigade at 2. That's a miss. 4 fighters at 6. 1, 2, 3. This is looking a little better. And 3 tacticals at 7 with target select at 3 or less. So 2 more hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hits in total. So I didn't get any target selects, right? Yeah. So they'll only have a mountain brigade remaining. So militia and a cavalry at 2. 10, 10. So they're misses, they're dead. 4 infantry at 4 or less. 1 hit. So there is another infantry down. Those folks are gone. And the 1 mountain brigade remaining at a 5 or less. That's a 10. We barely scathed out of that one. Okay, so hopefully last round here. We have 2 infantry at 1 remaining. Both misses. A mountain brigade at 2. 5, that misses. 4 fighters at 6. Well, that looks good. Okay, there it is. 1 and 3 tacticals at 7. Target select doesn't matter at 3 or less. So 2 more hits. So it's 3 total. And the mountain brigade at a 5 in return. That's a 9. So that is also over. So we have 2 infantry and a mountain brigade surviving in the 97th. So deadly odds there. And I deleted another tactical because I'm really good at that. Clone. Okay, so Kuei Chow. I'm just going to move the 97th chip here, and we'll put the infantry and mountain brigade here. All of these units have been dispersed. Japan collects no money, no exchange there. So, infantry and mountain brigade left in Kuei Chow, a militia in Hunan, The 4 fighters, 3 tactical bombers, and the medium bomber will be in the 97th. Okay, so that's a little bit of the non-combat. Okay, 41st, I can lose that chip. So just 1 militia and a Tonkin. Okay, that is all the combat. One thing I didn't fix was this was another attack, so the oil production from the US will go down 1 again, so I received no more bonuses for that, but I did gain another province in Japan or in China, so now I have +4 bonuses for the Chinese occupied territories. So non-combat movement. Coastal sub in 60 will move to 59. Coastal sub in 63 will move to 61. 3 subs in 63 will move 1 to 60, 2 to P59, and 3 to P50. Just have 3 torpedo boat destroyers and a light cruiser in P41. We have a transport will move from P14 into Kyushu into port. A transport in P14 will move P15, P16, and go into port in Tokyo. Okay, the 2 fleet carriers and light carrier and light cruiser in P32 will move to P14. So effectively blockading this side of the port and this port, and we are over 3 ships, warships here, so blockading this port as well, so still cutting off the Lend-Lease. The Air Forces move back to the 97th. Siam has a complete rail up into Yunnan, so I'll rail this infantry into the 97th, so there is a militia and an infantry there. 3 infantry in Suyan will move back to Rihi. That is the 1 rail I can use, so I don't have any more rail movements, but I'll move 3 infantry out of Hopei into Peking, city of Peking. And I believe that is all of the non-combat movements. Yep. Okay. We'll go into place units. So, Lend-Lease the submarine to Sea Zone A11 for Germany. I'm still not at war with any of the major powers, so that will not be interdicted. I have an infantry and a artillery going into Tokyo. I have an infantry and an artillery going into Kyushu. Cavalry will go into Rihi. The militia upgrade will go to Yunnan. The other militia upgrade will go to Kwangtung. And 1 militia will go to Siam. 1 militia will go to Hopei. Correction, not Siam, sorry. Suyon. Okay, that will complete all of the that will complete all of the placing of units. I'll go to collect money. Japan collects $29 plus $4 in bonuses, which will equal $33 for next turn. All right, that will conclude Japan turn 7.4, July 1939 for Operation Valkyrie. Thanks again for watching. Looking forward to the UK, Commonwealth, and France's turn. Thanks again.